I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Fullerton Joint Union High School District and invite Mark Cagliapone to lead us in the flag salute. And could I ask you to please remain standing after the flag salute for a moment of silence?
Everyone, please rise. Put your right hand on your hearts. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would like you to all join me in a moment of silence in memory of one of our employees. We are saddened to share the passing of Evaristo Sanchez, our devoted custodial supervisor at La Habra High School, who passed away on July 20th. This is what people have said about him: always welcoming others with a warm smile and willing to go the extra mile. Evaristo was the kind of person who made everyone feel valued. For nearly 3 decades, he poured his heart into caring for La Habra High School. He took great pride in creating a safe, clean, and welcoming place for students, staff, and our community. More than just a colleague, he was a dear friend whose kindness and dedication touched all who knew him. Please join me in a memory of Evaristo. Thank you very much. You know, I would like to tell you a little bit more. Evaristo leaves behind his loving wife, Lucy, who is with us this evening, and his 2 incredible sons, Everest and Sebastian, who were truly the light of his life. Our thoughts and prayers are with him during this difficult time. For your information, services to celebrate his life will be held on Monday, August the 18th at 10 o'clock at Our Lady of Guadalupe Church in La Habra. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Gosh. All right. Okay, before us is approval of the agenda. Is there an approval?
I'll second.
Moved by Lauren Klatzker, seconded by that other person over there.
Joanne Foley, for the record.
All right. We did not have a closed session this afternoon, so there will be no reporting out regarding that. Next on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. Moved by Chester.
Second.
Seconded by Lauren. Any comments or questions, corrections? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. All opposed? 0. And next is acknowledgement of correspondence to the board. Anyone have any correspondence that they would like to report? Seeing none, we will move on. And next, school reports. Superintendent.
Thank you, Trustee Bushi, members of the board and audience. We're excited to welcome back our principals as we get started to launch the school year in less than a week. So why don't we start with Mr. Cazares, Sonora High School.
Thank you, Dr. McLaughlin, Board Clerk Bushi, members of the board. As we head into what will be another exciting year at Sonora High School, we quickly look back at the summer weeks and hope that everyone was able to take time to recharge, spend time with loved ones, and prepare mentally for what's ahead. As in summers past, our campus was busy with summer school, welcoming our class of 2029 during the summer bridge sessions, and our custodial staff busily working to prepare the campus for a new school year and a new opportunity for our school community. I would also like to take a moment to highlight our student leaders in ASB. While they are the life and energy of our school in many ways, much of the work they do is behind the scenes, planning, preparing, and being thoughtful of how to engage all students. It is amazing to watch them work as they come together as a team and put in hours during the summer to make sure that all students feel welcomed, all students are seen, and that all students have the opportunity to be successful. A special thank you to our ASB president, Ari Machado, who is also serving as this year's student board member, as she continues to lead with purpose and with unmatched energy. Our ASB students traveled this morning to the Orange County Leadership Camp in Santa Barbara, and we're excited to hear about their adventures while also bringing back new ideas on how to positively impact our students and our campus. This summer also brought the annual competition and exhibition of excellence for our agriculture students at the OC Fair. I was fortunate to watch them in action as they prepared their animals and honed their sportsmanship skills during the annual event that I can only compare to the Super Bowl. The tension is palpable as students like Hannah San Pedro, Michael Jorgensen, and Isaac Garcia, and others continue to impress with their determination and excellence in competition. A special thank you to our agriculture teachers, Heather Varallo and Jeremy Johnson, who continue to support our students and their projects with long hours and expertise. We can feel the energy coming back to campus over the last few days as we hosted orientation days, held a special Link Crew event for our rising freshmen, and are in preparation for welcome back for our certificated staff for a very exciting school year ahead. We're thankful to our custodial staff and district leadership as we work to prepare the campus amid regular cleaning schedules, special projects, and classroom movements. A special thank you to our clerical staff that supported during the summer days, reaching out to families and providing important information to help our families start strong. With that, we want to wish everybody a happy new year, and thank you, and this completes my board report.
Thank you, Mr. Cazares. From Buena Park High School, Dr. Berg.
Thank you, Dr. McLaughlin, Board Clerk Bushi, and members of the board. It has been a very nice summer at the park. We had another incredibly successful summer school and bridge program. All of our athletic programs completed their summer camps. ASB, band, and cheer are at or have finished their camps. And our ASB program showed almost 30 animals at the fair, earning multiple first place ribbons. It seems like we rolled right out of the successes of last year and are ready to continue this year. We're excited to welcome our new staff to BP and for everyone to return on Thursday. The first couple days of school should be a lot of fun with connections activities for our students and staff, and we look forward to an amazing 25-26 school year. One of the most exciting pieces of data that we received over the summer was not only a 66% AP pass rate, which is our highest ever, but for our second year in a row now, we maintained a 98% college course passage rate in our early college academy. We expanded this past year by offering support for 16 college course offerings through Fullerton and Cypress colleges, in addition to our 2 legacy dual enrollment courses through Cal State Fullerton. And with over 200 students completing almost 1,600 college units, we are confident that our unique program structure is responsible for the continued growth and an amazing success of this academic magnet for Buena Park High School. It presents a lot of amazing opportunities for our students. Thank you, and this concludes my board report.
Thank you, Dr. Berg. From Fullerton High School, Mr. Caffrey.
Thank you, Dr. McLaughlin. Good evening, Board Clerk Mrs. Bucci and members of the board. We're excited and ready for the 25-26 school year at Fullerton Union High School. The energy on campus is high, and our administrative team is working together to ensure a smooth and positive start for our staff and students. We spent the summer connected, focused, and preparing for the welcome back of our teachers with a shared commitment to our school-wide goal of every student graduates. We're especially thrilled to welcome 6 new teachers to the Fullerton family. We are excited for their impact that they'll have on our campus. Our programs continue to grow in exciting ways. Culinary is expanding to meet increased demand, and we're building out additional space to support more students in hands-on real-world learning environments. Agriculture has also had a productive and rewarding summer. In addition to receiving updates to our barn facilities, our students had a very successful fair season, competing with pride and professionalism. We look forward to honoring their achievements at a future board meeting. We are incredibly thankful to our district for your continued support of our campus, especially in helping us grow our programs and improve the spaces where students learn, collaborate, and thrive. Enrollment is strong. We are approaching 1,900 students and welcoming our largest freshman class in many years with over 525 incoming 9th graders. There's a real sense of momentum on campus, and Fullerton Union High School is in a great place, and we're excited for what's ahead. This concludes my board report for the month of August.
Thank you, Mr. Caffrey, and publicly I can say you were right about your numbers. Nice job. Officially I can say you were right. Good job. Mr. Garcia, La Habra High School.
Thank you, Dr. McLaughlin, Board Clerk Bushi, and members of the board. We're thrilled to welcome everybody back to the school year. This is my 4th year and senior year, but I don't want to graduate. So in essence, I'm the only senior who would like to stay as long as possible. But there's a lot of excitement across the board on our campus. This summer, we had a summer bridge. We had 460 kids who attended, which is over 90%, which is our highest ever. In addition to that, last week we had orientation. Again, over 90% of our kids participated. I'm hoping the other 10% were enjoying the last few minutes of their vacation. So whatever it was, again, a lot of excitement going there. This summer, our FFA program, much like 5 of the 6 schools here, we're competing at the Super Bowl of the FFA program at the OC Fair. And we had a lot of students with multiple grand champions, reserve champions, novice champions. I did not feel guilty eating a bacon-wrapped hot dog as I was walking around with the pigs or our hogs. But we had 20 kids earn high awards, and I'm super proud of Jerry McDermott, Amanda Adams, who lead our outstanding FFA program. Again, it is a true dedication on their end. They don't get time off, and they work almost 11 and a half months out of the year. So right now, I think Jeremy and Amanda are somewhere between REM sleep and some drool on their pillows, because they are incredible with the amount of time and energy they put into our kids. And again, we also forget the families also. They do an incredible job supporting our programs. As we prepare to welcome students back on Monday, I also want to thank Mr. Madsen and Ms. Kay Kwan for their incredible support with the painting of our campus. If you've not been to La Habra recently, it's no longer this yellowish color. It is a beautiful white, a beautiful gray, and a beautiful blue. It is lighting up Whittier Boulevard, Highlander, Monte Vista, and Idaho. And getting a lot of great reviews, but without their support, this doesn't happen, and our kids are gonna be super thrilled when they walk back on campus, seeing how beautiful their campus is. And then lastly, on behalf of the entire La Habra community, I want to thank the district for honoring Evaristo Sanchez with a moment of silence. His passing leaves a humongous void, and it can never be filled. We're truly grateful for Lucy and the family and the boys to be able to share Evaristo with us. Over the last 3 decades, he was the ultimate champion for our school. He was the ultimate champion for our community. He loved serving wholeheartedly. Later this week, our staff will be coming back, so first time we'll be able to get together since the announcement or this passing. And I'm sure we have a lot of emotions that will be part of our getting back together again, but there's a lot to celebrate. We are better because of him. There will be stories to share, support for one another, for a man who made us all better. So thank you, and this concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. From La Vista La Sierra Schools, his first board update, Mr. Kaili Pony, also affectionately known Mr. K. So Mr. K, for your first report.
Thank you, Dr. McLaughlin, Board Clerk Bucci, and members of the Board of Trustees. I'm grateful to be here today as the new principal of La Vista La Sierra High Schools. Our focus this year is to connect to inspire. A powerful example of our focus was summer graduation, where we proudly celebrated 26 seniors, of which 100% of those that entered the summer diploma program graduated. The meaningful ceremony reflected what's possible when we believe in our students and they believe in themselves. Our Cafe TP program hosted a successful meet and greet event for community supporters, parents, and district leaders. These intentional efforts to connect stakeholders with our adult transition program reflect the value we place on connection. Our ATP team continues to inspire independence, growth, and pride in our students through community-based instruction, micro-businesses, and work-based learning experiences. Our ASB students left today for the Orange County Leadership Conference, where they will connect with student leaders across our district and the county and come back inspired to lead. This year, ASB is focused on connecting with students at La Vista La Sierra High School through kindness and service. Our department chairs began the year with a leadership retreat focused on the theme for the year, which is Connect to Inspire. We are working to connect with students through high expectations, our 12 effective instructional practices, and a belief in each student's potential. We aim to inspire our students in their educational journeys. Thank you again for your continued support. And this concludes the board report for the Vista and La Sierra High Schools.
Thank you, Mr. K. Appreciate it. From Troy High School, Dr. Minster.
Thank you to Dr. McLaughlin, Board Clerk Mrs. Bucci, and members of the board. I hope everyone had a restful and relaxing summer. Each summer, our Troy Tech Magna students complete a 150-hour Troy Tech internship as they begin their senior year. This year, we had 396 students participate in internships. Throughout the summer, our 10 Troy Tech internship advisors checked in on the students at 264 different sites and monitored their progress. Here are some of the companies that took our interns: Dynamic Fabrication in Brea is an engineering firm that hosted 3 interns who designed a rocket stove and presented the project to the company's management and their Troy Tech intern advisors. I don't know what that is, by the way. UCI Medical Center expanded their volunteer program to the newly acquired Placentia location. A group of 5 Troy Tech interns helped establish this program as the first volunteers. Gia Vanelliello Law Group in Fullerton wrote Troy Tech intern Bella took notes during an interview I had with an expert. She provided me with a summary which went up the chain of command and ultimately to our client in Nationwide Hospital, who was impressed. City of Hope has been so impressed by Troy Tech's interns over the years that they are seeking National Institute of Health grant funding to host a cancer research program exclusive to interns from Troy that will host up to 20 students per summer. Summer Bridge for the class of 2029 wrapped up last Friday with freshman orientation. Over 400 freshmen were in attendance, got a taste of what high school will be for them this year. This week, the sophomores, juniors, and seniors completed the orientation with the seniors finishing today. Our students are ready to begin, and we are excited to start the school year, and I'm looking forward to sharing more great news next month. And tying in on graduation, this is my 12th year, and it'll be the 3rd graduation that I will not finish. So, thank you, and this concludes my report.
Thank you, Dr. Minster. From Sunny Hills High School, also correct about his number projection, Mr. Weinrich.
Thank you, Dr. McLaughlin.
You're welcome.
Good evening, Board Clerk Bucci and members of the board. For the record, at the fair, I had the brisket-covered French fries, and they were very, very good. So, yeah, I don't want you to think Mr. Garcia is the only one who eats poorly. Up on the hills, though, it was a much quieter summer than the previous summers we had. We had our painting a couple years ago, and I also wanted to give a huge thanks to Vince Madsen and his outstanding maintenance and construction crews for their work this summer. It was quieter, but they did a number of things. First off, painting our library bookshelves black, finishing that job, and it has really made the library really pop and really kind of look more like a Sunny Hills library. We really loved that. We also got some re-roofing on our PE locker rooms, which has been a great benefit there. Bless you. And then we had a Golden State funding, Golden State Pathways Program grant money started to come in. We were able to really start to work on our coding and gaming lab, our esports lab. We have an expansion project there and getting all kinds of new physical space as well as new furniture and new computers in there. So we had a huge little construction project that took place there, and it was great to be able to see that start to come together. And we're looking forward to opening that up for our students here in the very near future. So thank you to Vince and Kate and that whole crew. The quiet, though, was broken this past week as we welcomed our students back on campus. A number of different multiple impactful moments and events that took place right there, beginning with the Summer Bridge, which was another huge success. Over 400 of our freshmen came to learn the basics of being a Lancer and get set up for success this year. Then these past 2 days were our annual Lancer Days, where all of our students get their schedules and textbooks and ID pictures. And this included our annual Lancer Link Crew freshman orientation as well, and well over 500 freshmen attended that again this year. And it was a great chance for them to get to know one another, be excited about the year. And I really wanted to send a huge thank you to our Link Crew advisors, Ms. Lindsay Safe and Christian Bueno and Troy Nelson, for all of their hard work in preparing these students. These Link Crew students did an amazing job, and they ran the Lancer Days today as well, so that their freshmen could see them from the orientation and then also be there to help pass out all the things that they did today. So it was great to see those connections. And then tomorrow we get a chance to welcome our newest staff members onto campus, our English teachers, Elsa Wagner and CJ De Inocente, social science teachers, Marcus Reveles and Carlos Quezada, and Spanish teacher, Cynthia Gonzalez Reyes, and then a new psychologist, Isabel Hernandez. We're really excited about these 5 that are going to be joining our Lancer family. And so all in all, it was a great summer and an even better last couple of weeks with everybody back. And we're really excited about the year and looking for all the ways that we can positively impact the future of these Lancers here. And thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mrs. Bucci.
Thank you. Any board members like to comment on anything? No? I would like to say welcome back. I know you've had a couple of board meeting reprieves. We missed your reports. And I'm thinking this has got to be one of the busiest week of the year, and here you are. But thank you for being here and enjoyed the reports as always. Mr. Superintendent.
Thank you, Mrs. Bushi. Just real quick, just to let everybody in on the inside joke on the numbers. So one of the things we do in projecting enrollment is in February, we project our anticipated enrollment, and our sites do an amazing job at doing data confirmation. Data confirmation really shows an early projection of how many kids will show up next Monday. And I want to compliment all of our principals, all of our sites, and I know it's a big team effort, but all of our comprehensive sites are over 90% data confirmed as we sit here today. That's never happened since I've been here, and we've been monitoring it, but that gives us a really good understanding of the people that are coming. Fullerton High School and Sunny Hills is now projected to be over that projection, and that's why their numbers are, and they said it all, every one of them says we're gonna have more kids every time, but right now Sunny Hills and Fullerton have that in the bank. So for an overall, we're ready to go, ready to get the year started, watching our kids come in, can't wait to welcome them on Monday, and all signs point to we're on projection, which is really great in a declining enrollment situation across the state. So just thank you to the principals for all your hard work over the summer, all your teams gearing up for it, and we know we have a big kickoff day on Monday. Oh, you have a big kickoff day in 2 days with your teams and your staff, so we welcome them back. But thanks for all your work and getting ready for the year.
Thank you very much. Okay, that brings us to item 5, which is the updates, and we'd love to hear from our employee associations, and I believe Amanda Geezer is going to speak for, there you are, FSTO.
Good evening, Board Clerk Bucci, trustees, and Dr. McLaughlin. Happy New Year. Well, it's the start of a new school year, but only those of us who work in education understand this. Summer seemed to just fly past us, and we are returning to our campuses in 2 days and will be meeting with our students next Monday. FSTO has also started work on the new school year as we had our first executive board meeting this morning. There is so much work to be done this year, but we are ready to go. FSTO's leaders and site representatives will meet with our newest certificated employees tomorrow as we host a membership meeting and lunch for our potential new members. Our goal is to have all of our newest certificated hires become members of FSTO, CTA, and NEA. There is strength in numbers and unity when we all work together. We look forward to welcoming any and all new members to our FSTO family. This past weekend, CTA hosted their annual President's Conference in Burlingame. Angie and I joined fellow presidents and vice presidents of associations throughout California to learn new information, discuss common successes and challenges, and to simply share with one another the responsibilities of these positions. We enjoy the time we get at the start of each school year with our president and vice president colleagues throughout the state, and we strive to make our members feel heard and appreciated in our associations. We also heard more information regarding the Proposition 55 extension in California. FSTO will be involved in CTA's campaign to get information out to our members and our communities regarding this important initiative. Proposition 55 was initially on the ballot on November 8th, 2012 as an extension to Proposition 30 and was approved as an initiated constitutional amendment for 12 years. This allowed for an allocation of 89% of the tax increase to K-12 schools and 11% to state community colleges. Without these monies, schools would face revenue losses throughout the state. As FSTO learns more about this proposition extension, we will share that information with all of our stakeholders. And real quick, I just wanted to add, as FSTO does the scholarships each year for our students who are looking to going into education, it's really exciting that one of the new hires at Sunny Hills High School is actually a former student of mine. So I'm really excited to see him tomorrow and watch him carry on the torch. It's pretty great. And last but certainly not least, FSTO would like to welcome La Sierra and La Vista Principal Mark Kaili-Pony. We've already met with Mr. K, as he is affectionately known, and look forward to a productive school year together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And our CSEA President, Bill Hager. There you are, Bill. Welcome.
Thank you.
Go ahead, sorry.
That's okay, it's all good.
We're just monitoring sound. I'm hearing sounds, and I'm wondering.
And am I too loud?
Yeah, a little feedback on the mic, I think, is what we're getting.
Okay,
It's
cool.
not you, it's us.
That's probably me. It's all good. Dr. McLaughlin, Clerk Bushy, board, staff, and guests. Good evening, and I wanted to thank you officially for allowing Joni to attend the leadership retreat in my stead. I was visiting with 1,500 of my closest friends up in Reno at our CSEA's 99th annual conference. And we had two newbies from our district. One of the best things about going to conferences, as somebody who's been there 20-some times, seeing people with a little red ribbon on their badge. And you know they're newbies, and they're typically walking around looking where they're supposed to go, and so you just grab onto them and meet a lot of new people that way. Well, we had two, Candace Rodriguez and Alexis Varias joined us this year at conference, and I think they came away with their eyes wide open. The tentative agreement's done, and so we're happy about that. And now that our members are coming back to school, we can actually do our informational meetings for our members and have a vote. Realistically, we're probably looking at the second 2 weeks of September before we have our online vote. You know, after 41 years here in this district, I've seen a few things and a few people, and am looking forward to meeting more. I know, gentlemen, after we get started here in the school district, probably a couple of weeks, HR is going to contact you, and so I can come out and get to know you all better. So we're going to come out and visit you. I don't know if it's Mark or Chris or all of us might come out, and we might even enjoy some food together. What do you think, Mark? You buying? Okay. Anyway, thank you for having me here, and I guess I'm going to be buying. Anyway, looking forward to another good school year. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bill. All right, I think we have no PTA representatives here at this time, so next is item 6, which is commendations and recognition, and Assistant Superintendent Carl Zener.
Thank you, Board Clerk Bushi, members of the board, and Dr. McLaughlin. We have some newly appointed administrators. We're very excited for you to meet this evening, and I'd like to introduce our new Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Mr. Mark Miller.
Good evening, Board Clerk Bushi, members of the board, and Superintendent McLaughlin. Megan, do you want to come on up? All right, it is my pleasure to introduce Megan Castaneda, our new Coordinator of Special Education for the Fullerton Joint Union High School District. Megan joined our district in July of 2024 as a program specialist, where she supported the implementation of a comprehensive special education program. Prior to joining FJUHSD, she was an assistant principal for the Orange County Department of Education's Connections Special Education Program, overseeing preschool, elementary, high school, and adult transition sites. In that role, she led staff development, strengthened instructional practices, and championed inclusive, high-quality learning environments. Her career spanned being an instructional assistant and an educational specialist before she got into administration. We're excited to welcome Megan to this new role and look forward to the positive impact she will continue to make in our district. Welcome, Megan.
Thank you all so much for the opportunity. I look forward to continuing to work with our amazing programs and supporting our amazing students. So thank you all so much. Oh, I do have some special guests. You guys want to stand up? This is my husband, Josh. This is my grandma, Linda. She doesn't miss an event for me, ever. And this is my son, Jude, and my daughter, Shay, way down there. Thank you all for having me. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome. All right, Carlos. It's my pleasure to introduce Carlos Pena, our new Director of Fiscal Services for the Fullerton Joint Union High School District. Carlos joins us from East Whittier City School District, where he most recently served as the Director of Fiscal Services. In that role, he oversaw all aspects of fiscal operations, including budget development, multi-year financial projections, and fiscal compliance. He also led the district's fiscal team, supported negotiations, and ensured sound financial stewardship to advance the educational priorities. Prior to becoming a director, Carlos served in several key fiscal roles, including fiscal supervisor, financial analyst, accounting technician, and accounting clerk. We are excited to bring Carlos, with his wealth of experience and proven record of fiscal responsibility, to the Fullerton Joint Union High School District.
Good evening, everybody. I just want to thank you guys all for this this wonderful opportunity, and I'm excited to join this wonderful district. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. At this time, I think we will take about a 10-minute break. Oops, sorry.
Not at this time.
Okay, that brings us to item 9, which is reports. Item 9.2 is Education and Assessment Services, and I'd like to call on Dr. Sylvia Kaufman for an overview of our summer school program. Thank you, Sylvia.
Good evening, Board Clerk Bushy, members of the board, our superintendents, and guests. This evening, Education and Assessment Services will be presenting a summer school report. We'd first like to start off with, like we typically do in Ed Services, is our vision of Ed Services. As you can see, our Ed Services vision, better? Our Ed Services vision really focuses on engaging and providing a safe environment for everyone throughout Fullerton Joint Union High School District, making sure it's a collaborative culture that's truly built on trust. For us is most important, and once again, I want to emphasize the word trust. So setting the stage for our Set for Success for this coming school year, we have our supporting, equipping, and teaching, our two kind of our main areas when we're looking at providing support for all staff as we prepare for this school year. And under supporting this year, we will continue to focus on a safe and inclusive culture. Under equipping, ensuring that our students are college and career ready. You will be seeing that as the common thread this year throughout our Ed Services presentations, and quite honestly, even throughout presentations from other cabinet members throughout the divisions as well. So that is our common thread throughout the district, college and career readiness. We will also be focusing on teaching, where we will be looking at best first instruction and supporting with interventions district-wide. Our moonshot that we presented last school year. So for the 25-26 school year, we actually have it a bit more refined now, and we wanted to make this very memorable and something that's just, it's so clear, and it's clear as it could get here, as we're saying 80% or more of all students will be college and or career ready throughout Fullerton Joint Union High School District. And so what does this actually mean? Well, this means that FJUHSD graduates are prepared to pursue multiple post-secondary pathways with confidence, purpose, and skill. And so with that, I'm going to hand it over to our Director of Ed Services, Dr. Josh Porter, who will walk us through our summer school presentation this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kaufman, Clerk Brucey, Board, Superintendent McLaughlin. One of the various ways we work to try to prepare our students to be college and career ready is we sometimes have to provide opportunities for our students to get caught up, new opportunities for students, or extended opportunities for students where they may need additional support. And this summer, our district offered a variety of programs to support students. We focused on helping them catch up, stay on track, get ahead, and they are all part of this larger plan we discussed to help our students be college and career ready. We offered, sorry, I'm a little out of practice. We offered 4 types of summer programs this year, and this is pretty consistent with the years past, where we have some credit recovery. We offer original credit for classes and internships, extended school year for students with disabilities, and a summer bridge program for our incoming freshmen. Each one served a purpose, but all focused and were student-centered. Summer school this year was split into 2 sessions, each 11 days long. Students were allowed up to 8 hours of absences per session to stay on track. This provided a pretty tight schedule, but it was very focused. Students, most summer school sessions start at about just before 8 o'clock and ended at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. During these sessions, students could take core classes like English, math, science, history. We also offered a variety of electives like art, theater, PE, health, and Spanish. Some programs, such as the Troy Tech, as you heard earlier this evening, provided an opportunity for many of our students to participate and explore career interests. Overall, we had about 5,300 students enroll across both sessions, but I do need to point out that some of those may be duplicated as students could take first and second session in the gen ed setting. Each high school had students enrolled, and about a 93% and almost 93% of our students earned a grade of a C or better, which is important as we look at college and career readiness, as a C or better is what's required to meet the A through G requirements in any core content. Additionally, over 3,400 students participated in health during the summer. The highest enrollment was at Troy and Fullerton. This course helps students clear a graduation requirement. And of those, almost 1,800 of them were ninth graders, with an 85% of them earning credit, which gives them a strong head start moving into the first year of high school. Many of our students, it's not always pointed out, but we have many of our students who have an extended school year, as we call it, where they get additional opportunities to participate in their educational program that's designed for them and provide unique experiences. This took place between June 3rd and July 3rd with our FACE and PACE programs. And although we had just over 100 students qualify, we had about 99 participate this summer. An example of our summer bridge, which you heard a lot about. It's a 1-week summer program varying in length to help incoming ninth graders transition smoothly into high school. There's 3 teachers and students volunteer and lead a series of activities. Not everybody holds them all at the same time. They hold them at the time they feel that their community, it best serves the community of the incoming students in which they serve. We had over 167 certificated staff, 78 classified staff, and 30 office support staff. That's teachers, aides, counselors, nurses, and techs, all playing a big supportive role to support our students this summer. Their support made sure students had a smooth and safe summer and access to the essential curriculum that they require. The overall cost of summer school has an approximate cost of about $1.3 million when you include special ed services in there. The funding this year largely came from our A to G block grant, which we discussed and I shared with you in June through the LCAP, our Learning Recovery Educator block grant, and some LCAP funds. Each year, we do have to overcome a few challenges. It's not like any other school year, as Mark Miller will share with you. Staffing, we have staff appropriately. We need to make sure we have credentialed teachers and our students have access to the same curricular content that they would have during the regular school year. So that comes with staffing coverage. We do look at funding into the 26-27 school year. We worry about student attendance. In many of our classes, students might have to travel from one school to another. The course might not be offered at their home school. And then there are changes in student needs. Many of our students are looking at not just academic needs, but social emotional supports and general supports as well. So as we prepare for the 25-26 school year, I know it seems a little early to think about summer school, but in our division, we're already looking at a year in advance as where we're headed. In moving in and preparing for next year, we're looking at how we can better use the A to G block grant and the Learning Recovery Educator block grant to continue to fund this program effectively. We're also going to evaluate and look at how we can improve our summer programming. We want to explore more dual enrollment opportunities and continue the success that we're seeing through the school year. We're also going to look to connect and partner with OCDE to possibly extend some of our supports for credit recovery. This year, we're also piloting a few courses at Buena Park High School in intervention, and the hopes and idea here is that we can help and work as a team to develop opportunities for students to perhaps not have to go to summer school and get some of those early interventions and take a more proactive approach. And so with that, I would like to invite Dr. Kaufman back up to close us out here.
Thank you, Dr. Porter. So as we close out, we wanted to acknowledge and give a special thank you to not only our teachers who served our students this past summer, but all of our classified staff. A special thank you to our front office staff at the school sites, at the district office, many of our classified staff members who were here all summer. We also want to acknowledge all of our custodians, our grounds, transportation. Once again, special thank you for supporting us this summer and for setting the stage to ensure that our students are truly set for success and are college and career ready for years to come. So with that concludes our report. Thank you.
Thank you very much, both of you, for the great report, as always. And are there any questions or comments from the board? Joanne?
The quick question is, it said the percentage that are C or better. I'm assuming that is those who completed the session, not including those who dropped out of the session?
That would be correct. Of the grades that were received, it would be the C or better.
You had talked about looking at expanding dual enrollment opportunities for next year. Can you just clarify whether that's for credit recovery or whether that's for acceleration?
We'd be looking at a variety of options. We don't have a set position how that would come into play. The current model right now is that it's an accelerated class or an opportunity for students to access curriculum that might otherwise be unavailable due to impacted schedules, which would, sometimes a 6-period day can be tough to fill with the 7 classes they might need.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Okay. Jared? Nothing? Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Next is a memorandum of understanding, and I believe that Dr. Kaufman is going to introduce that for us.
Yes, hello there again.
Hello. I didn't want to make you run back up there. You could do it from your seat.
So good evening once again, board members and superintendent and guests. The district is committed to providing a full continuum of special education services to meet the diverse needs of students with special needs. Through our own programs, we offer a continuum of services and supports tailored to each student's needs, ensuring access to a free and appropriate public education in the least restrictive environment. However, there may be unique student needs that require us to seek partnerships with outside public educational agencies or certified non-public, non-sectarian schools to ensure that students receive the services outlined in their individualized education program, also known as an IEP. In accordance with this commitment and consistent with education code provisions, when a school district is unable to provide an appropriate educational program for students with special needs, the district may enter into an agreement. Therefore, this evening, for action, it is recommended that the Memorandum of Understanding, our MOU, between Anaheim Union High School District and Fullerton Joint Union High School District to provide special educational services to students with special needs for the 25-26 school year be ratified, and that the superintendent or designee be authorized to approve the necessary documents. With that, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kaufman. Before I ask for a motion, I would like to read this statement. This agenda item for consideration and approval is a memorandum of understanding between our district and Anaheim, as you heard, under which the Anaheim High School District agrees to provide certain services to one of our special education students. Trustee Klatzker has asked to abstain from voting on the MOU because she is employed by the Anaheim Union High School District within their special ed department. And although there is no legal conflict of interest preventing Trustee Klatzker from participating in this vote, we respect her decision to abstain in order to avoid any appearance of impropriety. So with that, I would ask for a motion to approve.
I move.
Moved by Joanne and seconded by Chester. Any comment? Right, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain. Abstain. Okay, so we have 3 ayes and 1 abstention. Thank you very much. All right. That brings us to item 9.4, which is business services. And we have a facilities update from Ruben Hernandez and Vince Madsen.
Good evening, Board Clerk Bushi, members of the board, and Dr. McLaughlin. Tonight, we're pleased to present an overview of our 2025 summer facility projects, which include over 35 projects across the district. Each one made possible through the strategic use of district funding, which is currently estimated commitment of about $5 million of district general fund dollars and other grants and funds within our budget. We also have 2 CalShape grants that we've been working through for the past couple of years in the amount of $7 million, which allows the district to upgrade utility-related equipment for energy efficiencies. These projects represent our continued commitment to maintaining safe, functional, and inspiring learning environments for our students and staff. From infrastructure upgrades to campus enhancements, this work reflects thoughtful planning, cross-departmental coordination, and a focus on both immediate needs and long-term improvements. And so tonight, we're gonna take a look at 4 different categories. As we go through the presentation, you'll see on the right-hand top corner, these different icons that will reflect a deferred maintenance project, summer projects, other district funds, as well as Measure I and Measure L updates as well. And also, as we go through the presentation, on the top left-hand corner of the presentation, you'll see the icon of our schools that particular project is being worked on. So tonight, we'll highlight those projects and share progress updates. And so with that, I'd like to invite Vince Matson to the podium to walk us through these projects.
Thank you, Ruben. So yeah, exciting times. I feel like some of the presentations from our principals kind of stole some of my thunder because we have pictures of some of those projects that we are going to be looking at. So good news is, wrong way. So yeah, so I'll start with our deferred maintenance funding and how we try to do these things every summer. These are all the sites that we were able to touch with these projects, mostly flooring, carpet, things like that. So Buena Park, the 70s building, got all new carpet. There's actually one more classroom that wasn't in the 70s that we wanted to try to squeeze in, and we are in the process of finishing that one as well. When we did the parking lot enhancement last summer and added a sidewalk and some additional fencing on the far side, kind of the between the pack and the parking lot, just a lot of foot traffic was kind of cutting across the grass just because we added that other sidewalk. So we just wanted to enhance that pathway so that as students in community come, they're not having to walk on wet grass and they've got a nice safe surface to walk on. Over at Fullerton, as we heard, the ag farm is getting some upgrades. We used some deferred maintenance dollars to demo out some of the old corrals that just weren't as efficient as they used to be in preparation for the new structures that are coming that were grant funded. Keep pushing the wrong button, sorry about that. The auditorium stage got a new surface. It was just old and tattered, so we basically reskinned that and painted it, and we were able to get that one taken care of. As we heard earlier, our culinary arts program is expanding, so we had 2 rooms. We basically removed a wall and just expanded the space, put FRP covering on the walls, new floors, new ceiling, new lights. So that space is now almost twice as big as it was, definitely giving them more space to do what they need to do. La Habra got adjustable height backboards. Doesn't look like it's that big of a deal, but because of all of our facility use, we didn't have all of our gyms with the capability of raising for some of our youth that rented our facilities, and it just put a lot of pressure on how we rented, and sometimes we had to move our programs around. So now we can say that all of our gyms now have this adjustment to give us as much flexibility in our gyms with our partners that rent and our school programs as they do their summer activities and year-long activities. Again, slurry seal is part of our deferred maintenance program. So this is the exterior basketball courts at La Habra. You can see there on the left what it used to look like, and now we've got the slurry seal, the basketball courts are there, and then all the PE numbers are there. And we heard about the amazing paint job that happened over at La Habra. So these are just images of a lot of the buildings and just how bright and clear it is, and how the painter, the contractor that we hired, was able to really work around a lot of the logos and enhance some of the current branding that's on the site. So it turned out to be a great project. Roofing is part of our deferred maintenance program. So Sonora's, we basically are just doing the admin area out front. Had some pretty major leaks last winter, so we were able to take care of that. And while we had that roofer on site, there's a little change order that's coming to the board tonight for consideration and action for another patch that we were able to do until we do the main roof, which is a future scheduled project. Here's some more flooring at Sonora. So the 300, not all of the 300 rooms got carpeted over the summer. We had to work around the summer schedule and summer school, but we got as many of them done this summer as we could, and then we're hoping to coordinate next summer. We'll just flop them and do the rest of them. But the entire 900 building got done. What these images are showing you, the top 2 are the before and after of the carpet, the soft surface that we call it, and the bottom 2 are the hard surface. So on the left is the old VCT that we used to have to strip and wax every summer, and all the labor and costs that went into that. The new product that we have on the right is an HVT tile. It's a wax-free, maintenance-free floor, solid color throughout, so it's almost a bulletproof floor with 0 maintenance. So our maintenance and custodian staff really like the new product. Slurry sealing parking lot in front of us, Sonora as well. We did the parking lot last summer, so this is just the front of the school. When we're done with the ag project in the back, next summer, we'll finish the rest of that slurry, and then we can basically get it back on a 3 to 5 year schedule. More roofing, Sunny Hills. On the left, you can see there used to be skylights there. The skylights were definitely getting old and leaking, and the cost to replace them. So we were able to take out those skylights, add more lighting inside the building, and then roof it up so we have a nice watertight building now. And Troy got their adjustable backboard, so we didn't want to exclude them. And over at Troy there, they didn't get just a skinned stage. We actually rebuilt the structure. There were elements of it that were kind of failing. It was a modular system when it was first built. So we beefed that up and put a new skin on that stage floor as well. General fund, as Ruben was talking about, there's a lot of other funding sources that we throw. So we have all kinds of other projects that we're working on. Of course, the fence project we've talked about for, I feel like, the last 2 summers. And you can look at this image here. We were able to kind of put it right behind the landscaping and just under the roof overhang. So it hasn't really started to pop out, and the front of the campus is almost completely covered. We've got a couple man gates to put in and a powered drive gate for the staff parking. And that project will be done very, very soon. Here is the fence project that's happening along Pomona side of Fullerton Union. This is the main fire egress and a CMU wall there on the left that was an old tattered wall. All of that's coming down, and all of Pomona should have fencing within the next 6 weeks. So it's ongoing. Posts are all set for opening day. All the sidewalks are poured back in. And then as the panels show up, we'll just start to close that up and work with the site on how we circulate all of our students. The auditorium over at Fullerton has been going through probably 2 summers. Not only were we working on the organ, but we're upgrading lights. This is the audio videos project that's going on. So this was basically putting all the infrastructure in for a new sound control board and a new lighting control board, so we can continue to do upgrades on the building as dollars come in and the program's ready for that. ViewSonic. So we've been mounting over the last two years. We've been basically taking all of our TVs off of the carts and mounting them to the walls. So this is our 4th site that we've got completed. So you can see on the left when it was on the cart, and all of the classrooms except for the science wings at Fullerton have the TVs mounted. We're still working on the walls. Were a little bit different in those buildings that we need to work through some details. Sunny Hills just needed some storage racking in the back of their theater, their pack. So you can see on the left, they basically just pushed everything into a big room. So now we've got these racks. It's much more organized. They were able to put a lot more supplies in there for all of their props and everything else. So that got taken care of over the summer. And then other district funds is CTE and other grants that we've received. And pretty much every single site got touched over the summer as well. So CTE over at Buena Park, this is basically we call it a plant shade structure. This will have tables and irrigation in there. So plants that can't take direct sun will be put inside of this structure. That's right next to the brand new greenhouse that we finished last summer. We changed the turf. We've talked a lot about the turf at Fullerton. You can see on the left, the new turf is in place. And the right image shows how we pressure washed the track and restriped that as well. So that whole play field and track field looks brand new, and been hearing great things about the product, the sites, the people that have come and visit us. A lot of people are saying great things about our field. So we'll probably have a lot of visitors coming to look at what we're doing here in Fullerton. We heard about the gaming project. This is basically 2 classrooms that we've converted into a large space to be able to house all of the equipment, furniture, and everything they need for their programming and gaming. And that is pretty much complete on our end. I think they're just waiting on the actual furniture, and it is ready to use. So very exciting project there. We heard about the library shelves getting painted. You can see they used to be blue, but the color scheme there is black and gold. So they now look like they belong on the campus. And then these are just a lot of other projects that we've been working on that really don't translate in a good picture.
But we heard about the cow-shaped grants that we did on the top. So basically, a lot of air conditioning controls, a lot of air conditioning's been replaced. The cow-shaped plumbing is basically all of our fixtures, faucets, anything that water flows through has been upgraded, a couple ice machines as well. The welding shop at La Habra, we basically upgraded the infrastructure, so now they can add more welding stations and start to build that program out. Got hose bibs on the stadium just to make life easier to clean. So a lot of little things that we're doing. Some of the grant projects, Sonora's getting their entire pig pen structure removed, all new concrete, new structure, new grates and corrals and pins for that. We're putting air conditioning in places we haven't had it in the past, trying to make some of our spaces more comfortable as we're using them for PE and other activities there. Again, more ag. The varsity baseball field over at Fullerton has always had to use restrooms at the college, and so there was some things going on that made it just a little bit harder for us to deal with. So we added some temporary restrooms with the hopes that the current bond will be able to build a little restroom storage building back there and solve all those problems. But we've been able to kind of solve the problem temporarily for now. BEAST is their biology, engineering, arts, and science technology program. So we are in the process of buying some new equipment, getting some exhaust fumes and secondary filter systems to really improve the air quality with the activities they do in that building, with little welding and soldering and some types of chemicals when they're making the rubber masks. We want to make sure that we're just making sure the air quality is good. So we're in the process of securing all the material. We've already got a contractor ready to go as soon as the material shows up. Some window tinting on the gym. When we built that new gym over at Fullerton, the high windows, certain parts of the day just got a lot of light in there. So we tinted the windows to kind of help control that as we have teams and other activities in the building. Again, we talked about the pipe organ. That is ongoing, and right now we are on schedule to have that done summer of '26. And that has been a labor of love and a long project. So wayfinding signage here at the tenant building is really the last thing. So as you guys leave, you can see new signs that people that are renting our building, now people know where to go instead of knocking on our door. They're going to the right door, so. Bond projects, so these are the projects that we've been talking about. Where we are, pretty much design development. The designs are almost done. We're starting to get estimates from our contractors. We've actually had 2 state architect meetings where we do a pre-intake meeting where we start really just talking about the final design and what the state needs to look at when they receive it. We're entering into construction document phase of the package, and most of our soils reports have now been submitted to CGS. We're working on CEQA at the same time. Tonight, you've got an item in front of you for all 6 of our sites to basically approve a mitigated negative declaration that basically has established what we did in our initial studies was that we're not going to have any major light spillage in our neighbors when we put up new field lights. And most of the sound is mitigated by the activities and the times that we're doing it. So there's a couple more sound studies that are in process, but tonight's action and consideration is basically starting that process so that we can try to get our CEQA done right when we're ready and get DSA done. So we're just trying to keep both trains on the track at the same time. So that's what's going on there. So any questions on that, we can talk about that over at the end. So Measure I, 2 projects we're finishing. Sonora had a little ancillary auxiliary gym. It was a very small space. Since they've built their new one, this space wasn't really being used as a gym anymore, and it was kind of just collecting space. They were using it for special ed and other activities. But ASB is in the center of the science wing that we're going to be remodeling. So as we collaborated and worked together, this is really going to be the final long-term place for ASB. We were able to add a couple storage room to this space. It's a much larger space. We've added a large sink so they can clean up painting and all the projects that ASB does. And it's just going to be a really nice area. It's right outside of where the kitchen area is, so they've got an open space outside there as well. So we're funding it with the same dollars that the science project is. And then again, the last or before I get to the science project, the gym acoustics, I think we talked about this a while ago, probably last summer, that when they did the modernization, when the modernization was done in the gym, some of the acoustic treatment on the ceiling needed to be replaced. So it's hard to see in the photo, but that entire lid of that structure now has sound panels up there, and the sound in the gym and the activities are much, much lower. It doesn't hurt your ears quite as much as it did when you have a whole bunch of kids in there yelling and screaming for their teams. So, and then again, the last one is the science lab. So this is one of those that we've already had our pre-intake meeting with DSA. We're probably about 6 to 8 weeks away from submitting and getting in there. So we're still on track for what we hope is a DSA approval in December or January to keep us on track to start securing and pre-qualifying our contractors for our summer 26 start date. The new projects for Measure L, again, we talked a little bit about the CEQA process. Again, we're doing CEQA on all of our sites, not just the sites that we're starting here, because it's adding the lights and the things that we can do in the next round. We're doing it all at the same time. So we've talked a lot about these. What we're trying to do is we're looking at the sites and really working with our facilities team and the school sites is to just collaborate a lot more to make sure that we're getting all the stuff in that we need in these projects. So you can see here at Sunny Hills on the right image, because this field is right next to the parking lot, the drop off and all of that, we really wanted to make an entrance into the stadium instead of having to walk all the way around the varsity baseball team and come in that fire lane up on top. And this is serving multiple things. It's a waiting area for the pickup. It's a drop-off area. And it definitely, because you're right off of that parking lot, it's going to be an easy access in and out of the stadium without having to walk everywhere else on the site. So there's a little bit of a grade challenge we had to fix, and this entrance solved a whole lot of other things and not just building a track and field. I think you've seen this image, probably the last presentation we had, just kind of ongoing. Again, they're all about the same. We're going to do an ancillary field, a grass field on Sonora, which will start in the spring, and then this field we're tracking right now to start over the summer. And then here's Troy's field. The image on the top right there is their restroom storage building. I wanted to highlight that because every one of these track and field projects are getting a restroom building and a storage element that's in that same structure. So it's right next to the current gym, so it's in between where the bleachers will go and the gym. So that's kind of what that building looks like. They're all around 2,300 square feet, so good storage. You've got the one staff restroom and then student restrooms. And we've seen this image as well. This is exciting. This is probably the farthest along in design. We are almost halfway through our contract document phase. And getting ready to submit. We've got a meeting with DSA, I think tomorrow or Thursday, to do the intake, and then we're doing a page turn with our facilities team, and we're ready to go. So Troy seismic mod, good news, as we have gotten approval from DSA they've approved.
Would you back up to that last picture?
Yes.
What was that?
This is the two-story athletic building.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yes. Yeah, so the view you're seeing on the right side is basically the Pomona parking lot. Okay. And the stadium is there on the left.
Okay, got it.
Sorry about that, I wasn't clear when we were there, sorry.
I didn't hear athletic, and I thought, what building is that?
Yeah. The Troy mod, so the good news is DSA has approved our seismic upgrade plan. So it looks like right now we are working on, there's potentially another $20 million from the state coming to this project because of the seismic. So we are taking advantage of that and really looking at the admin building, which is also the kitchen. There's been requests to upgrade their serving lines and to enclose some of that space just to be able to feed the kids more. But really just look at the whole administration office, how people are coming in, how they're dealing with staff, how the staff is dealing with community and students and parents. So we want to do it's a modernization remodel of refiguring some of those office spaces. And this is the plan that we've collaborated. I think this is the fourth rendition. As we met with administrators at Troy and the architects. So we feel like we've got a really good circulating, well laid out plan that really meets today's curriculum and needs. And it's not a building that was designed back in the 50s or 60s when it was built. And that's basically all of the projects, but obviously, we've been doing all this work over the summer with the retirement incentive last year. We had a lot of guys leave, and we've reorganized our department. And so this was as we're reorganizing our department and getting the projects done, the biggest piece to the new org chart is we have 3 assistant directors now. So Raul Cervantes was our maintenance and our operations supervisor. He's now been promoted as our assistant director of M&O. And under that, we've added a new operations supervisor where we only had a facility supervisor before. So we're able to kind of help support grounds more and more of the custodial staff. And that's been pretty much all done through promotions. The middle one there obviously is the transportation. So we've brought on JD Mancha, who we hired from Fullerton Elementary. And he is basically going to be taking all that on. I've really spent the last month over the summer when Karina left, before JD got here, really getting to know the staff, making sure that we had everything going and ready for the start of school, so routes and drivers. And it's been interesting really wrapping my head around transportation this summer while we had everything else going. But great staff, and I feel really, really good about that team. And then Troy Shandy, who's been here pretty much for the entire Measure I program, he's now been promoted to the Assistant Director of Facilities. So his promotion moved up, gave Andy the opportunity to move up, and then we've backfilled Andy with somebody that we picked up from another school district that was already doing construction coordination. The other piece of the org chart is a fiscal manager. So we brought in somebody that really is there to manage the $248 million bond program that's really helping us with state applications, audits, all the things we need to do to leverage state dollars and make sure that the budgets stay where they need to be as we build through this, because we are moving pretty quick. So all that to say, I think that I want to do a big shout out to our entire staff. I mean, what we do behind the scenes, everybody's celebrating, hey, we're back, it's great to see everybody. We take pride in the fact that we've never left, and we're here, and we're making this stuff happen. So again, the DSC staff, I always joke about it, it's like behind every average guy is a really good lady, and I've got a whole bunch that keep us moving and keep the tools and everything that the guys need to do their job. It's amazing how much stuff that our staff in the office needs to do to keep us moving. And of course, the guys out in the field. I mean, we've talked about them, we thank them. I remember the first day a year and a half ago when you were welcoming me to the team, and I was telling you how excited I was because the reputation that our maintenance team had. They have outshined what I heard as far as a reputation. Not only are the guys that we have great, but HR and replacing the 10 people that retired, I feel like we have just kept the caliber of talent up there. I'm super excited about where we're headed and the team that we have and building our capacity. And last but not least, I get to talk about transportation now because they're in my wheelhouse. So again, I've spent the last month getting to know the staff in the office as we were planning for everything. The drivers have come back. They're starting to wash buses. So I'll get to know them as I also get to know JD, our new director. The one thing I'll say about JD, I went to a whole lot of conferences to learn about transportation when I knew that this was coming my way. And across the state and a lot of other school districts that were in these conferences are saying, we've got a bus driver shortage. We got a bus driver shortage. He left his prior job fully staffed with 3 or 4 subs in the pipeline, which tells me that he's a recruiter and he keeps talent. And I'm excited to get us fully staffed and get the transportation department really up and running. And so that's a very exciting time is we're finishing up our summer and you guys are back. Thank you. And that is the end of our presentation.
Okay. Did you have more, Ruben?
No, I was just going to say we
good.
could
Thank
take any
you.
questions.
Thank
yeah.
you very much. Any comments from our board members?
I don't have a question about the progress of the work, but for Vince, I'm kind of curious, with so many projects, how are you keeping up with every single one of them?
The staff. We have meetings on top of meetings. We break down those meetings. We're constantly meeting, trying to make sure things are good. We've hired great consultants, great architects. We are working on communication, collaboration, and customer service, and that's our mantra. And it's been good. We got a great team. I am really proud to be here and to watch these people work. So
No, thank you for the good work because just seeing all those projects, I mean, I was getting overwhelmed with just the sheer pictures and slides. And imagining your shoe and your team's shoe, looking at all the projects, making sure that everything's on track, it's pretty amazing work. Thank you.
Yes.
Any other comments?
I just want to thank you guys again for all the work that you do and for highlighting some of the non-flashy stuff. You know, people see the flashy, the front of the school, the paint and things like that. And we don't often think about how important HVAC replacement is and sealing roofs. And we don't see that when we drive by, and community members don't see that when they drive by, but it all leads to us providing these amazing learning environments for our kids. So thank you to you guys and to your staff for doing that work and highlighting some of that stuff that people don't even know is happening.
I would like to add my thanks as well. That you used a term outshine. I think everybody here outshines in this district, don't you? One other thing, I love it when everybody in all the departments brings us up to date on what is going on, what's been done in the past. I don't know, I get excited about all of this facility stuff. I can't believe it. But I hope that there are people that are watching the board meetings, because this is the bond money, a lot of it. This is what the public is trusting us to do appropriately. And I think they would be really impressed with the work that's been done and will continue to be done. So thank you very much for all of that.
Thank you.
Comment? No? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, that brings us to Administrative Services 5.1. Dr. Z.
Board Clerk Bushi, members of the board, and Dr. McLaughlin. Our August newsletter goes out on Monday, August 11th, featuring our new theme, as you've seen this evening, Inspired. Inside the newsletter, you'll find helpful resources, important updates, and ways to stay connected as we kick off a new school year with purpose and energy. We're also excited to share our updated and refreshed website. It's now easier than ever to stay connected, find resources, and celebrate all the incredible things happening across our schools. We are excited to welcome back our staff with special gift bags that include branded items from each department and a personalized welcome back card signed by our cabinet members. These tokens of appreciation reflect our theme, and we hope they foster a sense of unity and inspire enthusiasm as we begin another school year together. For events, our Fullerton Joint Union High School 2025 Leadership Retreat on July 24th was a great success. District leaders and ASB student leaders came together to collaborate, reflect, and grow. Guided by our theme Inspired, we renewed our commitment to student success and community impact. We want to thank our administrators, activities directors, athletic directors, principal secretaries, student leaders, support staff, and parents for making this event a special success. Our back to school nights are coming up, with our first on August 21st at Troy High School. All of our back to school nights will be advertised on social media and posted on our district and school websites and in our newsletter. Our fall athletics is opening in 2 weeks with our first football games on August 22nd. And as you heard from our principals, our ASB kids are at the Orange County Leadership Camp in Santa Barbara. That's where Ari is right now. We're very proud of this group, and normally she'd have our first student board member report tonight, but we look forward to seeing her in September. Thank you, and that concludes my report.
Any questions or comments? Carl, did I read something about the school websites were being changed?
Updated.
Updated, yeah.
Updated and refreshed.
And they were in progress, I think,
are.
when I looked last, so
Yeah.
those are.
Hopefully it's now, when you next look, it's there for you.
And is that okay? It still matches their theme and desires? And
It sure does. It should look even better.
okay. Just want to make sure everybody's okay with that. Okay, thank you very much. All right, that brings us to the consent calendar. Is there any item that any board member would like to remove for separate consideration or have any questions? I see no comments. All right, with that, I would look for a motion to approve the consent calendar.
Move approval.
Moved by Lauren Klatzker, seconded by Chester Jang. Any questions or comments? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Pass 4-0. Thank you very much. That brings us to board member superintendent comments. Do you have any comments? Nobody has any comments. Do you have any?
Welcome back to the new school
Yeah, exactly. All right. The one thing I failed to do was, on behalf of the board, welcome Megan and Carlos. Nice to have you join us. Thank you. Any comments from the superintendent? All right. Well, with that, I believe that concludes our meeting, so we are adjourned. Thank you very much.